Last time on Ruined King.
So what's your story, big guy? You don't seem to be from around here.
No, Braum hails from the Freljord, a distant land of mountains and snow.
And you walk around with no shirt on?
Ha! Braum is iceborn. I do not feel the cold.
I've lived on this island my whole life. Never given much thought to what else was out there.
You must visit the Freljord. Meet our fierce warriors, slay a few trolls. And most importantly, you must try our Druvask stew.
Druvask stew? I'll bet it's as good as it sounds.
All this talk of the Freljord makes Braum long to return. But not until my quest is complete.
I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. And who knows? Maybe one day I'll finally see the Freljord.
And warm your belly with Druvask stew, eh?
No promises.
Hola amigos, Ghost here, and today we continue our journey into Ruined King. The Jagged Hooks and their Lieutenant Jet were eliminated, and Graham was rescued. With the crew assembled on Misfortune's ship, the team prepared for the journey by stocking up on equipment, potions, and in one case, experience. Now, it is time to set sail for the Shadow Isles. This is where we continue our journey. Let's do this! It's time to head to Misfortune's ship and sail to the Shadow Isles. Ah yes, the crew has been assembled and is awaiting you. Please go ahead. Hey, let's go. No one has anything to say? Oh, that's a first. Ahead is Misfortune's galleon. Are you ready to journey to the Shadow Isles? Of course.
We've been waiting for you, Captain Fortune. This your crew?
Guess so. As promised, one magnificent ship.
That is a mighty vessel. Does it have a name?
I haven't gotten around to naming her yet. She was recently acquired. Care to do the honors?
Really? Oh, but I couldn't. Braum is not so good at naming things.
Come on, first thing that comes to mind.
The, charming lady?
Braum, you lady killer.
Excuse me?
The charming lady. I like it. All right, people, listen up. This isn't a pleasure cruise, so don't get too comfortable. We've got a harrowing to stop. I've got a washed-up Reaver King to kill. And remember, from here on out, it's Captain Fortune.
Aye, Captain.
This is gonna be a long trip.
Later.
You have potential, but you are a wild boy. A tempest that must be tamed. Yasuo, remember all I have taught you.
Master, I never should have abandoned my post.
Yasuo, what have you done? Have you no honor?
Yone, you're mistaken. This wasn't me. I was only gone a short while.
You further disgrace yourself with these lies? Our master bears wounds. Only your blade ran down.
Brother, please let me through. No.
A haunting melody? Don't let me stop you.
I prefer not to have an audience.
Ah, yes, the Lone Swordsman. A classic tale.
I was seeking some quiet.
Illaoi and the others speak highly of your skills.
Are we still talking about my music?
We don't know each other yet. But if you're as good as they say, I could use a man like you.
A man like me.
Sometimes my enemies need convincing. That blade of yours would help certain negotiations.
I already work for someone.
Right, the missing girl. Whatever she's paying, I promise my terms would be sweeter.
I swore I would protect her. And I'll keep my word. Even if it leaves me poor as a beggar.
Or dead. You remind me of a saying I once heard. Fear the warrior who has been disgraced. He will set pride before reason, redemption before life. It's Ionian.
I know it. Don't talk to me about disgrace.
I was talking about redemption. I don't care what you did, or about your past. My offer stands whether you find your girl or not. But for the record, I hope you do. Enjoy your solo.
Braum, your sailing improves. You are still on board.
Ha! Yes. And the water is still outside the ship.
Then, what troubles you? You worry for your people.
Yes. Rome has vanquished many foes. But what my people face now, this sickness, it cannot be stopped with fist and shield.
I admire your strength.
Yes, it is one of Braum's most admirable qualities.
In Buru culture, we respect those who take what they want. Strength is a tool that allows us to live in the moment.
And I suppose we are having a moment now?
Yes. One we could have below deck.
Yes, Braum would love to continue discussing the Buru religion. But with the sea, the ship's rolling deck, Braum is afraid to take his eyes off the horizon. Oh dear. You must forgive me. When Braum is sick, it is a mighty storm. An avalanche of... Oh, please excuse me!
That man is strange. I like it.
Really? I need to remind you to knock?
We have unfinished business.
Yes, that's why you're on my boat, heading towards the most dangerous place in existence. What more do you want from me?
Sarah, I can tell you are hurt.
I'm hurt? Oh, yes. Gangplank still lives. Sure, this is obviously not great news to me. But we're going to kill him properly this time. And then I'll feel better.
I know his deeds were unforgivable. But I want to make it clear that my priority is not Gangplank's death. It is to stop this harrowing.
But Gangplank is causing this harrowing. You saw it in a vision yourself.
Sarah, I am bound to the Mother Serpent. She has plans for all of us. She needs me to save Bilgewater, but she didn't give me specifics. I must put the goddess first. I don't know how that will affect our mission, but we do not have the same goals.
I try to respect your beliefs, Illaoi, and maybe your intentions are pure. But he killed my mother.
I know. The goddess will send me another sign soon, I am sure. But until then...
What the hell? Above deck, now!
Captain, there's an angry giant headed right for us. Brace for impact.
All right, let's blow off some steam.
Okay, Jesus, I did not expect this to immediately happen. Firstly, real quick, I just want to say those are some pretty cool cutscenes. We learned a little bit more about Yasuo and his backstory and why he's here. We see how Captain Fortune / Misfortune is trying to low-key play political and try to get him to join her and such. And also the possibility of a romance between Illaoi and Braum, or at least a one-sided thing, because Illaoi clearly likes him. And then, of course, it seemed like in that conversation with Misfortune and Illaoi wanted to low-key tell her the truth, the full truth, but she just went straight to, like, the Mother Goddess wants me to deal with the harrowing, not kill Gangplank, because maybe Illaoi still likes Gangplank in a way. But anyway, now we're fighting a big-ass giant sea creature. Yeah, the Deeplurker. His abilities are Hull Smasher, dealing moderate damage. Unleash Frenzy deals heavy damage to each champion. He has 2 unlimited buffs. Frenzied Retaliation, gain a stack of Frenzy when hit, increases AP by 5% for 1 attack, and immune to stun. It seems like most enemies are immune to stun in one way or another. Either way, slash that boy, and let's apply some tap. Alright, first what we're gonna probably do is that. I'll do a normal hit for that, and a normal hit for that. Ow! Alright, we're gonna need even tougher hits. That was a good hit, that is a very good hit. Alright, we're going to heal. Illaoi's going to heal everybody. Ooh, especially after that. Thank God we'll heal. Oh, thank God. That was a fun boss, even though it was a quick one. Holy crap, a decent amount of XP. We got Mercury Deeplurker Eye. Many a vessel were torn asunder by the Deeplurker, but this eye acts as a reminder that its reign of terror is over. Can be sold to certain shady individuals for 8 black marks. Good. Then we have Toy Sailboat, a small replica of Misfortune ship. The Siren, or Siren. I think it's Siren because Siren is spelled different, but I mean a Y in a word is sometimes weird. We also get Kraken ink. Cool, 6 of them. Nice. And I'm pretty sure that levels up 2 of our characters, Yasuo and Braum. Let's see. We get 1 upgrade point, and the Way of the Wanderer Tier 2 upgrades are available. For being level 15, Yasuo has 1,050 health, 105 stamina, 220 attack power, 89 physical defense, and 80 magic defense. Don't know why it says 244, then going to 220. I assume it's a glitch slash it's counting our stats, our current stats with our armor and stuff. But it is an upgrade, even though it looks like it's not. For Braum, we get 1 upgrade point, and Ray's shield has tier 2 unlocked. And because he's level 15, he now has 980 health, 98 stamina, 113 attack power, 205 physical defense, and 144 magic defense.
Keep fighting! This mission will not end here. Not against this thing.
You, the priestess from the docks. You put the new voice in my head.
I tested you. Yes. The Mother Serpent deemed you worthy.
Worthy. The dark that comes. Swallow everything. You made them stop. The voices.
So, your coming is no coincidence.
The Blood Harbor Ripper.
My prey calls me that. My name is Pyke.
You brought the Blood Harbor Ripper onto my ship? I'm starting to reconsider our arrangement.
Sarah Fortune, I know your name.
You've killed a lot of good men. I'd be doing the world a favor by gutting you right here.
Sarah, he is chosen.
Well, make better choices.
I have seen the truth in the deep. Blood in the water. And on my list, one name burns brightest.
What name?
Gangplank. The deep demands his blood.
The fool has made powerful enemies.
A whole ship full, it seems. I know a weapon when I see one. That I can use. So long as it doesn't gut me in my sleep. What do you say?
Your terms are acceptable. For now.
This has been a very exciting voyage.
The surprises keep on piling up. So the Blood Harbor Ripper's name is Pyke, and I assume he is also a legend within League of Legends and such, a champion, I mean. But anyway, it's pretty cool that he showed up finally. I assume he was showing up soon, since the Tome of Knowledge and everything, but didn't think it would be here, of all places. But hey, a cool surprise. Let's see. His role is damage and debuffs. A renowned harpooner from the slaughter docks of Bilgewater, Pyke should have met his death in the belly of a gigantic jawfish, and yet he returned. Now stalking the dank alleys and backways of his former hometown, he uses his new supernatural gifts to strike from the shadows and pick off the weak and injured captains who populate his list. Dungeon abilities. Pyke is a revenant of the deep, able to dive into shallow waters to slip through grates and other small openings. Bone Skewer. Pyke's dungeon ability allows him to drag enemies into combat, dealing damage and decreasing their chance to link to additional encounters. Combat mechanics. A fearsome assassin, Pyke walks a knife's edge between life and death. A portion of Pyke's stamina is converted into attack power, making him both deadly and vulnerable to his enemy's attacks. Every time Pyke crits an enemy, he has a chance to gain Executioner, which allows him to plunder his opponent as they were low on health. If they are low on health. Many of Pyke's abilities allow him to become stealthed. While in stealth, Pyke cannot be targeted and can ambush enemies, dealing devastating damage. Awesome. Meanwhile, near the Shadow Isles.
The pain, the suffering, delicious.
Race, what are you doing? This wasn't part of our plan.
Gangplank, you knew my nature when we made our alliance. These souls strengthen my magic. And besides, this island is loyal to your enemy, Misfortune. These fools abandoned you at your darkest hour. Now, they feel your triumphant return.
The crown is buried in Bilgewater, like you asked.
Excellent. Even now it draws the black mist. Soon, it will expand my reach to the city itself. What of the Buru artifacts?
I have them all here.
Then let us return to my domain. The ritual can finally begin.
All this for Bilgewater. When this demon's done, I hope there's still a city left for me to rule.
We've arrived.
The Shadow Isles are even more frightening up close.
The black mist will be strongest here. Goddess only knows what we shall face. Steel yourselves. Despite the dangers, we must focus on finding Gangplank, no matter the cost.
One man can be killed as easily as another. Why the concern?
I already killed this man once.
A fair point, Misfortune. A fair point. Honestly, I don't know who to actually use. Granted, both Yasuo and Pyke are basically damage dealers. Granted, Yasuo has 200 more damage, just roughly over. But I feel like Pyke would be also cool to use. So I think I'm going to remove Yasuo from the party and use Illaoi. I want to make sure I keep Illaoi on because she is the health dealer. Granted, I would say Misfortune is also a damage dealer, but I do want to try out Pyke, so I think this one will do for now. Illaoi, Pyke, and then Misfortune. Other than that, I want to also mention, so we now know who Gangplank actually allied with, a demon or a spirit named Thresh. Maybe it's related to the guy that's both on the cover of the game, as well as from that very opening cinematic when you boot up the game. I wonder if he's related to that character in some way. The other thing is Pyke's list. I wonder if Misfortune isn't on his list because she wasn't a captain until very recently. And plus, he didn't outright try to kill Misfortune immediately, and actually killed the creature that would have possibly tried to kill Misfortune. So, I don't know, he still seems like, of whatever reason he kills the weak captains and such, maybe there's a reason why he's doing it. That's a sort of twisted balance that he brings, but either way, we're going to just have these three characters so far selected, and we'll swap out at some point in the future if I see some of the other ones being better for other scenarios. But yeah. And we got deep sea fishing, which I assume is the trophy for getting Pyke. There was also another trophy when we defeated that sea creature. I wasn't able to read it at that moment, but we are here on the Shadow Isles, which is, I assume, the first region of the map. Let's see, yep, the Drowned Port. I'm curious, though. Can we return to the other places? Like, can we, without all the, obviously, the credits and everything, or not credits, the ship thing, are we able to just return to Bilgewater? Oh, hold up, I just noticed something. Region map, ocean map. Holy crap. So, supposedly, there's only 2 more treasure left to find on Bilgewater, which makes sense because I'm pretty sure one of them requires, I assume, Pyke to get to from the Buru Temple, and the other one is somewhere that I'm not sure. And then we have no idea how many are at the Shadow Isles currently. Okay, okay. I think the next course of action will be to take a look at Pyke's abilities and such, and equip gear onto him. But before we do that, I'm just going to quickly check the time. All right, let's take a look at Pyke's abilities. But first, let me upgrade real quick Braum stuff. We're gonna do raise shields. Has damage shield to Braum. I wonder if this stacks with the other ability that we have. Yeah, might as well just do that for now. And Yasuo will probably add to the Way of the Wanderer. Consider an additional stack of flow. Each flow will award, I would say, that, since it will help out. Alright, for Pyke, let's see him overall. 720 health, 100 mana. He has 624 attack power, 10 will, 180 stamina, 36 physical defense, 44 magic defense, 175 crit damage, 6% crit chance, a 0.7 haste, and nothing else for that. For his abilities, he has Serrated Slice, deals 78 damage, applies a random debuff, has a 20% chance to apply Stealth to Pyke, generates 12 overcharge. His second instant ability, Ghost Shroud, reduces all damage taken by 45% and prevents stealth from being removed when hit until next turn. 20% chance to enter stealth. Pretty powerful, actually, if you think about it. Then you have Carve, deals 94 damage over 3 hits, increases attack power by 20% for 1 action, and reapplies stealth. If active, generates 12 overcharge. His passive ability is Gift of the Drowned One. Pyke gains 20% less health from stamina, but gains additional attack power equal to 20% of his stamina. 10% chance to grant Executioner on a crit, allowing Plunderer and Death from above or below to trigger their bonus damage regardless of the target's health. And he also has Pyke Overcharge Mastery rank 1, increases crit chance by 5% per 10 overcharge used. Pretty powerful. First lane ability we have is Ghost Water Dive. Grants stealth, make Pyke untargetable by single target attacks for 1 action or until hit. Removes 2 debuffs from self, has no recovery time. Pretty useful actually. Mark target. Apply Sunder and Magic Sunder to a random enemy, increasing physical and magic damage taken by 15% for 3 turns. Either applies a bleed, dealing 110 damage over 3 turns, or bestows Pyke with Stealth or Executioner. Has no recovery time. Got it. Then we have Bone Skewer. Deals 250 damage, guaranteed to crit on a bleeding target. So we gotta make sure we try to get bleed to occur. So like mark target, for instance. Let's see. Plunderer deals 234 damage over 2 hits if the target is below 30% health, or Pyke has Executioner, instead deals 523 damage. A killing blow will grant an enemy 25% gold from the target. That is pretty cool. And then Ambush deals 234 damage over 2 hits if stealth, deals 546 damage instead. So basically, if we get stealth, use this ability lane when possible. His current 2 ultimates are To the Depths, deals 546 damage randomly among all enemies over 10 hits. Pretty powerful for overall AoE type of ability. And then Death from Below deals 811 damage over 4 hits if the target is below 30% health, or Pyke has Executioner, deals 1123 damage instead. Very useful. So yeah, he is, as he was stated earlier, a damage dealer and is very powerful. I think the first 2 upgrade points will probably be spent into the Gift of the Drowned One. So let's see. This 1A does restore 94 health to Pyke when he lands a killing blow, or increases the chance on crit, grant Executioner by 5%. Honestly, I think probably since this guy is a damage dealer, we might as well do that. Since we have Illaoi, we will always be okay. I wonder if Ari is also a healing character in this game. Whenever we'll get her. Alright, 2A, reduce the health penalty from stamina to 20% to 10%, or increase the amount of attack power derived from stamina from 20 to 26%. So basically, if you want to, like, increase the amount of damage from the stamina or the health penalty. I would say probably the health penalty. It will still, I think, from my understanding, uh, it will just give us less attack overall or something like that. From my understanding, I'm reading it. It will the penalty will just decrease to allow us to be able to use that ability more, those things more often. Um, I would say let's see so his normal thing. Uh, grants 20% chance to apply stealth immediately. This 4 additional overcharge is nice, but this to make it so there's even a higher chance for stealth is highly important. Adds a bleed, dealing. We're going to do that as well because of the lane ability that needs bleed to cause significant damage, and it makes more sense than just the 23 flat damage. This will just add a lot more for us overall. Let's see. For the ambush, not that. No. Which one was for bleeding? This one, bone skewer. Deals an additional 31 damage, and those bonuses don't seem that nice at the moment. Which one was the bleed? I forgot which one was the bleed one. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Either way, I think I will do crit chance of ambush by 10%. Increase that a bit. If stealth applies a bleed and poison when the cast in the speed lane deals it. I would say this just to add way more debuffs to the enemy for that. Let's see. What can we do? 4 to overcharge or 16. I'd rather have the flat damage for that. Increases crit chance of card by 25%. Or we do adds poison dealing. Honestly, I think the poison, because honestly, it seems like with the at least at the moment the way that Pyke is set up, we must focus on doing a heavy amount of damage immediately, but also apply debuffs that will just mess up the enemy as time goes on. At least that is from my understanding. Well, let's go to journal. I think we already claimed the reward, so that means we can go here to get Tome of Knowledge for Pyke. That gives him 5 crystals, or not crystals, runes now. Let's take a look at his runes, shall we? So he has Assassin and Drowned One. And let's see, for Assassin, he has crit chance up by 5%. Crit. Then he has crit chance by 10%. Grants a camouflage, grants a 20% chance to enter stealth at the start of Pyke's turn. This is very powerful, and I kind of want to equip it immediately, but we'll wait. We have Life Stealer, increases life steal by 30%, also pretty good. Shadow Striker, increases crit chance by 15% while stealth, so basically these two, the camouflage goes with the Shadow Striker. We have Venom Blade, applies poison on critical hits, dealing 117 damage over 3 turns, also pretty good. We got crit damage, increases the damage of critical hits by an additional 18%, pretty powerful. And Death Dealer, increases attack power and crit chance by 10%. For the Drowned One, we have AP Up, which increases attack power by 5%. First Blood, begins battle with plus 20% attack power for 1 action, very powerful indeed. Then we have Stamina Up, increases stamina by 30%, very useful because of the amount of stamina we need to use our damage boosts. Festing Wounds, bleeds, poison, ignites, gains 60% lifesteal, also very powerful. Momentum, grants Executioner when landing the killing blow on an enemy, very powerful actually. That's actually one of probably the most powerful rune shards abilities of any of the characters. Jagged Blade, applies bleed on critical hits, dealing 117 damage over 3 turns. AP up. Rank 2 increases attack power by 15%, and critical wounds, bleeds, poisons, and ignites can crit. That is also quite powerful. But for now, I think what I'm going to do is Camouflage and Shadow Striker to combine the both of them to make it much stronger. And we will also do Momentum, so that if we do kill the enemy, one of the enemies will be able to do more. And for the mastery perks, we activated one already for the assassin. The first one being Crit Chance Mastery, increases crit chance by 3%. Calculated Opening, begin a battle with 10 overcharge. Then we have Shadow Meld, chance to add a boon to the initiative bar that stealths champions in the region, making them untargetable by single target abilities, and increases evasion by 20% for 1 turn, removed if damage is taken. That seems pretty powerful, to be honest. For at least Pyke. I'm not sure if any of the other champions can get stealth. Probably from some potion or something you eat at a rest stop, but I don't think any of the others can get stealth, so it's mostly for Pyke. Then we have Deadly Strikes, increases crit damage by 4% on a crit, stacks 6 times, lasts the entire battle. This is pretty powerful. It reminds me of that one Yasuo mastery perk. It's very useful. For Drowned 1 mastery perks, we have Stamina Mastery, increases stamina by 6%, Attack Power Mastery, increases attack power by 6%, Creeping Death, chance to add a boon to the initiative bar that allows any champion landing in the region to apply a bleed and poison to a random enemy, each dealing 15% of the enemy's max health as shoot damage over 3 turns. Very powerful, to be honest. And then Deadly Wounds, increases damage of bleeds, poisons, and ignites by 40%. So I definitely might want to try to go down the Drowned one more, but currently I do want to just have the quick ability to get into stealth, since like 4 of his different abilities are focused on getting into stealth overall. With that done, now let's go to equipment, because Pyke, let's see what Pyke has. Rusty Dagger, an old dagger crusted with blood and grime. Disgusting. I think we should give you this Ripper's Claw. It gives you a lot more attack power, though it does decrease stamina, defense, and both defenses, and also health a little bit, but it does do a lot more crit. I think, yeah. And also, the Ripper's Claw gives them bloodletting on hit to make the target bleed, so another way to get bleed into the thing. Then we have Ionian Ring for rank 12 for him. That's good overall. Honestly, I think the thing he has is the best we got for him currently. Brawler, Train, eh. And then we could probably give him like toy sailboats, or we could give him the Feral Flare. That one's actually pretty strong. This one's also actually pretty strong as well. You know what, let's give him the Warrior's Orb. And bam, there we go. From there, now we could probably either explore the Drowned Port or go into the Charming Lady, see what happens with that. But either way, I will check the time real quick before we continue on. Alright, let's see what happens when we go to the Charming Lady. I see. It's just a fast travel, so we can go back to Bilgewater Harbor, or we could technically fast travel back here to Drowned Port, and there's the fishing hole Calm Waters. Got it. And because of that, I think what I'm going to do is head back to Bilgewater, because if I understand Pyke's ability for the map, we'll be able to get that chest from the Buru Temple. So let's head back to Bilgewater Harbor. Alright, now we're back. Now we just have to make all our way to the temple, which honestly shouldn't take us long since we are quite powerful. We could probably deal with any enemies that we run into, possibly gain a tiny bit of XP. We'll see. But we should be good. Alright, time to see if my suspicions are confirmed or not. You will not die me. Oh shit, damn it.
You got a name, I got a bullet.
Well, let's deal with these bastards real quick. Damn it. Fuck you. Ow.
My turn. Who's next?
I want to actually try out the ultimate. We'll see what his To the Depths ultimate is like. Pretty decent, actually. Damn it.
And
Got
stay
you both.
down.
Yeah, no XP at all, mostly because the enemy's too weak. Anyway. Can we activate this? A flimsy grate with water on both sides. Pyke could easily could use this to travel somewhere else. All right. And let's see what's in here. Ooh, a scalpel, troll ring, and a bunch of other things. Let's take a look. Oh, it looks like the scalpel is for Pyke. It gives us a little less crit, but it does a lot more attack for us. Once used by a Hex Tech artisan of some renown, cast aside after Heartbreak, it is now a precise and deadly weapon. Envenom, 20% chance to on hit to poison the target for 223 true damage over 3 turns. And of course, it has piercing, increases crit rating by 94, and attack power by 75. We're going to equip that immediately, because honestly, even though we get a little bit more crit with this weapon, this scalpel is way better. We also get the Troll Ring, which gives us more health, a lot more attack power, and stamina. It does decrease crit a little bit more, but we're going to do that. Other than that, yeah, that's about it. We're going to use... There we go. Also, I'm curious. This does... Okay, makes sense, makes sense. Yeah, we're good. Alrighty then. There's that. And now if we take a look at the map, to the ocean map, there's only one more treasure to get, and if I remember correctly, that treasure is in the Baron's Rest, and I don't know how we get it. I have a feeling we need the Ari to do that, because she's the only other character left to get, and it seems like some treasure is unique to some of the characters to, like, unlock. So I have a feeling we have to get Ari to get that chest unlocked. But either way, now with that, we can head back to the Shadow Isles / go check out what that one little fishing hole thing was. So yeah, let's go. I was returning to the Charming Lady, so we can head back to the Shadow Isles and check out that one place. And funny enough, when I talked to this guy, basically he's like, hey, you want me to escort you back? And he did, and then it brought me here, where I could talk to 3 different individuals. Welcome back, Misfortune. This is for you, as per our arrangement. Frayed Scout Satchel, interesting. Corin looks pleased as Misfortune approaches. Misfortune, thank you for gracing us with your presence. How may I serve you today, he says. Got anything for me? Do you regret abandoning the Jagged Hooks? Has it got anything for me? Not at the moment, no, but I'm bound to find something for you soon. Check back later, he says. Do you regret abandoning the Hooks? Absolutely not. I mean what I said. Bilgewater is better in your hands. Only the hard-headed don't get that. That is all. As you wish. That's cool. Then we have amulets, trinkets, and wards. Stay safe during the harrowings. What you have? Look like you could use some roast devilfish. Okay. Ooh, and some extra little goodies. Alright, now we can head back to Drowned Port, but I do want to see what the fishing cold calm waters is all about. Ah, I see. So this was... That's cool, actually. Let's test it out a little bit. Test the waters. See if any of the fish are biting today. Got one. Ooh, this one's a power. Come on. Push. Aha. Oh, it's a gulper. We already have this one. Let's try again. What we get? A blue flame once more. Alright, we're gonna try one more time. And we get a blue flame frog. Alright, then let's leave. Now we can head back to the Drowned Port. And there we go. Alrighty then, let's take a look. The map does not want to work, but I say, okay, let's talk to these people. Ruby the rumor monger. Ah, I see. You don't have any rumors for us, dang it. And you, let's see, let me know if you lot need some supplies. Me, I'll be watching our flank. Ah, I see, they sell weapons, gear, all that. Don't think any of these are going to be quite useful for us at the moment, so we won't need to buy anything. Alrighty then. We were able to get a new weapon for Pyke. We checked out that little fishing spot, and we saw what's around this little, what's it called? Quayside Berth. Looks like there's a lore piece nearby, at the end of the berth area, but either way, at this point, all we gotta do is continue on with exploring the Drowned Port and with the mission. So yeah. And with that, we conclude today's chapter of Ruined King. I hope you all enjoyed the chapter. I certainly did. Until next time, this is Ghost, signing out.